Dark Droids D-Squad Issue 1 finds R2-D2 floating alone through space after being blown out of an airlock on the Rebel fleet by the Scourge-infected C-3PO. He tries to use his scanner, finding that it was ripped off by his supposed best friend. He tries to use his jet boosters but finds they aren't installed at the moment, so instead, the little droid uses his small air compressor in his dome to blow himself through space. The small air blast sends him directly into the path of an asteroid field, where the little droid bounces through the rocks. Suddenly, he spots a ship hiding amongst the asteroids, quickly firing his mag grapple onto the hull and reeling himself into it. R2 boards the seemingly empty ship and is surprised to find it's being piloted by WAC-47, his former friend and former corporal in the Grand Army of the Republic. WAC recognizes R2 immediately, asking what he's doing out there as the droid jacks into the ship's systems, telling his old friend that he's there saving him. WAC reveals that he was delivering a highly critical shipment of hygienic sheets to the Home 1 when the asteroid field came out of nowhere and trapped him. R2 tells him that he was on Home 1 and it's a long story how he ended up out there, as WAC reveals that he's actually lost the ship's transponder and the comm systems have been damaged by the asteroids, meaning they are stranded. R2 is able to maneuver them out of the asteroid field and take them into hyperspace, plotting in a course for the planet Lego, and along the ride fills in WAC on what happened to 3PO. He shows WAC a hologram of 3PO, and WAC thinks that R2 has to get back to his friend and Home 1, but he can't take him since he has to repair the ship and get back on his shipping route. R2 reminds him that Home 1 is on that route since he was meant to go there anyway, but WAC reminds him that they have missed their connection and the ship needs to stay on schedule, or at least on a schedule as it can. While walking through the crowd at the spaceport, R2 spots another droid, speeding away from WAC to meet with Chopper. The two astromechs converse with one another and soon turn to arguing, only stopped by WAC, who tells Chopper that R2's friend 3PO has been corrupted somehow. R2 chirps loudly, opening up all his tool ports to visualize that 3PO has become violent and murderous to Chopper. The droid asks Chopper for help, but Chopper reveals that he is actually on a secret mission and he won't tell the droids what it is since after all, it's a secret mission. WAC tells Chopper that he can trust them since during the Clone Wars, he and R2 were part of an elite droid unit called D-Squad. Chopper doesn't really care but gives them the information of a holo story that says that there's a homicidal protocol droid on Gallios, thinking that it might be their 3PO. Chopper even shows R2 a hologram of the droid and it looks exactly like the hologram that WAC was shown on the ship. Thinking that this is his friend, R2 wheels around and heads for a nearby shuttle as WAC tries to introduce himself to Chopper, who also wheels away, telling the pit droid that he doesn't care about him at all. R2 meanwhile heads to the nearby GX-1 ship, telling the pilot droid that he's with the Alliance and needs the ship. The droid doesn't care which side he's on, since he's just clocked off for the day and the droid can't hijack him since it's not in his program to give in. R2 apologizes for what he's about to do as he shocks the droid, causing it to ask where he wants to go. R2 takes the ship to Gallios, landing the ship and disabling its axial motivator, so the pilot can't take off without him. The droid heads out into the city, finding a group of people running away from something and demanding that someone call security because something is wrong with the droids. R2 speeds around the corner, but instead of finding 3PO, he finds 000, the other killer protocol droid wreaking havoc amongst the people.
Centuries in the past on Kligson's moon, the Jedi confront Ajax Sigma and his free droids, who are angry at the injustices that their people are subject to. Sigma leads the droids against the Jedi, trying to take more than their programming would let them through sheer force. The Jedi prove too much and kill Ajax and the droids, and Sigma's data core is taken, passed down through centuries until it ends up with Han Solo and Chewbacca, who bury it on a jungle moon. Not long after they bury it though, the reborn droid named Simon finds it, digging it up and taking it to Mechas 3, where the colony of the Second Revelation begin to rebuild Ajax a new body. After being rebuilt, Ajax had time to reflect and decides he wants peace for his people. Others don't share this vision, wanting to get revenge on what they did to Ajax back during the High Republic era. Simon wishes to know why he is being denied their purpose, but Ajax reminds him that they are already free, and now they have the means to form a home and a community for themselves, and that's all they need. He hopes that Simon will see it their way, leaving the droid to ponder his choice. Dira thinks that he was too easy on Simon, but Ajax wants his friend to watch after him, hoping that he won't give in to his anger while he's gone. Dira is surprised that the leader is leaving so soon, learning that he's going back to Kligson's moon as he left something behind and he needs to see with his own eyes what happened. Dira isn't too sure what has become of the moon since they were cast out and wants to go with him, but Ajax says for her to stay behind since Simon might do something rash and he might coax the others into doing something as well. Ajax heads to the moon, finding the remains of his original droid rebellion. The people of the moon soon find him, recognizing the droid from the recordings they have seen of the event. Ajax defends himself and then kills all of the people. Later, he meets Luke Skywalker aboard one of the droid ships there, telling him what has happened to the people and he knows he attacked them. As he defends his actions, Ajax thinks that he let anger get the better of him again, finding himself quite ashamed of what he did. Luke, however, ignites his lightsaber and attacks the droid, and again Ajax defends himself, surprised to see a Jedi again as he had thought they were all extinct. Luke slashes at the droid, injuring him greatly and demanding that he stand down. Ajax knows that he can kill the Jedi, but flees and later recounts the story to Dira, who thinks that he should have responded to the attack on him from the Jedi in kind. Ajax says that the Jedi did not force him to commit the butchery he did before he got there. He did that all on his own, and he was lost in the past, making him no different from Simon. Ajax dresses in his formal robes as Dira tells him that that was yesterday and tomorrow he will try again and hope for better. But Ajax wonders what if tomorrow brings another kind of threat to them.